Hello and welcome back to the Women Loving Life Summit. I'm your host, Catherine Yarbrough, and the founder of the Manifesting Clients Academy. And I'm here now with Bea-Marie Aning, who's
Yep.
going to be talking about the missing link to success. I'm always asking her, am I saying it right? I think I get better each time. And Bea-Marie is a multifaceted entrepreneur and mother of two. She is very passionate about empowering women to get rid of shame and blame. And I say yes to that. And passionate about helping us get out of the comparison game so that we can discover our inner superwoman and create a life of magic and passion. Yes, yes, yes. She deeply believes that a woman, and especially a mother, can have it all without burning out and instead feel elevated in all levels of life. So I'm so glad that you're here with us today, Bea-Marie, to share your wisdom. So tell us, if we pay attention, if we're listening really well and take in what you have to say, what is possible for us?
Well, first of all, thank you again for having me here. And what is possible when you listen to my talk is that you'll be effortlessly reaching your goals, whether it's in your career, your relationship, or your personal growth. And I don't mean just, accomplishing tasks left and right. I mean, you'll be experiencing life at its most vibrant. And the world where hustle culture is rampant, I'm showing you the path that doesn't involve burnout or sacrificing well-being or, it doesn't compromise mental health, emotional or physical health. It's not just about success. It's a whole new way of living. And that's what I'm going to show you.
Well, I say yes to that. Yeah, a whole new way of living and nothing gets compromised. So, what got you to this moment in time?
Ooh, yeah. Well, I really dug in there and tried to find a point that brought me or was the, starting point. And it was one day when I was 29. I was a working actress at that time. I was single. I was really enjoying my life. And at the same time, I felt like the absolute epitome of normal. Like if you could win a gold medal at the Olympics for being average, that was how I felt. Like there was no ups, there were no downs. It was just like me. And all my life, everything that I had created was through pure willpower. It was just, I powered through. Like everything that I've created, there was no luck, no, I wasn't discovered or anything. When I wanted something, I made it happen. And I was burning out while I was doing it. And I never reached the level of success that I was aiming for. And just like most people, I was handed this conventional checklist of success: money, family, house, car, perfect job. But how often do we stop and ask ourselves, is this really it? And then that one morning I woke up and I asked myself, why? Why should I get up? And all of a sudden it felt like I was slapped by the universe or Holy Spirit, the God is the God, whatever you want to call it. But it was like I was slapped with multiple of my visions that I had buried in my heart deep down and that I never looked at. And that morning I had the chance to really feel into those visions again and to make them come alive. And I started questioning why I lost them in the first place. And, where they had gone. And being a science geek, I just completely geeked out and really deep into neuroscience, seeking the understanding of the intrinsical body-mind connection. And as I uncovered the power of flow and energy alignment, a light bulb went up in my head. This was the key, the missing link that could liberate people from from the chains of patriarchal norms and outdated mindset. And one outdated mindset is that success is a destination. Success is a journey, and it's shaped by the stories we tell ourselves. And that moment when I realized that my own narrative was holding me back, I decided to embrace my uniqueness and stand tall in my authenticity and to redefine what success meant to me on my own terms.
Mhm. Wow, powerful. So many nuggets just in that little story. I, personally, I love this question of why should I get up? I can imagine when you were 29 and you were thinking it was a turning point for you.
Yes.
Like you probably felt like crap that day. Like why should I even get up?
Yeah.
But it's a good question for any of us at any time in our lives. Why should I
Absolutely.
get up? It's a deep question. And you asked yourself it in a way. I mean, I wasn't there. I'm pretending to be a fly on the wall. You're lying in your bed as a 29-year-old, and there's Catherine from the future, a fly on your wall, right? I'm imagining that you were feeling depressed, which is my story about it, because that's what I would have been feeling if I were in your shoes. And but you asked it in a way that you opened up to your visions.
Yes.
You didn't just go, why should I get up? Poor me. My life is just normal and not anything exciting and nothing really great ever happens. You were curious, and that's a message that's come through multiple times here. You were curious and you opened yourself up. The divine came in, something came in and reminded you of what mattered to you, of your visions. And then out of this, you started to have these awarenesses, which is beautiful. That you were, it had to be what, 20 years ago? More than that? 10
Wait,
years
when was
ago?
I 20? I have no idea. Wait, how old am I? I'm
It doesn't
41. Sorry.
41. Oh, okay. So just 13 years ago? Wow. Wow. So I love young. To me, you're a youngster. Wow, Bea-Marie, you're a youngster and you're bringing this brilliance to us. I love it. Okay. So success isn't a destination. That's what patriarchal society says. According to you, this is your teaching that you're telling us. I love it. And actually, success is a journey. So is that what you're going to tell us about? Because I'm curious.
Well,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, before we delve into this, I would like to ask everybody, like, what is success to you? And I would like for you to share that in the chat. And don't be shy, because there's no right or wrong answer. It is just a snapshot of what it is right now. And usually when I ask that question, I get reactions like, being recognized by peers, being socially accepted, having financial stability, or even financial freedom. Yes, being happy. And some people even say, I want a family, but I don't just want an average family. I want the trophy family. I want a well-respected job, the car, the vacations, the blah, 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 blah. And the conventional markers of success have left many of us yearning for more. And it's time to expand our horizons and change the narrative.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm not going to leave you hanging until the end of the talk, because it's so freaking important that I will just shout it from the rooftops. The missing link to success is love. Now, let's bridge the gap between old norms and this love-driven paradigm. In the past, success was equated with external validation. And today, I'm offering you a narrative that recognizes your worth, seeks balance, and centers love. It's a revolution, and it's up to us to light up the way. And so the first key point that I would like to bring to you is, when we talk about love-driven success, is to embrace imperfections. Because success isn't about perfection. It's about embracing your unique journey, all the scars, all the yucky stuff. Just like a mosaic, your imperfections create a masterpiece. I'm a recovering perfectionist, so I know a lot about this from personal experience. Before I started my business, it took me literally years to get ready. I was still working as an actress, slowly dying inside, starting one certification after the other because the 3 that I already had weren't enough. I just gave birth to my first beautiful child, and I was determined to make it all happen. To make it all happen at the same time, and to make it perfect, to handle it all by myself. It was so hard. But when one of my friends said to me, you know what, Bea, you're not Superwoman. So, and if there's one thing you need to know about me is when somebody says something is impossible, in my head, it goes like, ding, 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 challenge accepted. So when he said that I was not Superwoman, I was determined to prove him wrong. I worked even harder, and I was always smiling, trying to be perfect while doing it, until I actually read about Superwoman. And this was my perfectionist turning point, because Superwoman isn't perfect. She didn't have it all figured out. She, like all of the other superheroes, was a misfit. Someone who felt odd in society, didn't fit in, were made fun of. And when she or all the other superheroes were presented with their superpowers, they resented them. They didn't want to have them. They didn't want to stand out even more. They didn't want the responsibility that came with it. So Superwoman is far from being perfect, far from having it all figured out, but she's giving her best in that moment, supporting those she loves, and she has a big heart. And when I realized that, I started to embrace my inner Superwoman, because there's one thing that Superwoman knows, and that is when to ask for help. That's why we have all the Avengers movies. Superheroes get together to save the world.
That's true. They, most of the time, they're in all those movies. Well, and certainly in those movies, they're all helping each other. And I mean, there's still the individual movies. I love superhero movies, y'all. I have to tell you, I really think the funnest movies. And sometimes there's only one superhero in them, but they almost always have help, even if it's a human being helping them. You're right. They know how to ask for help. I love it.
Yeah.
So whether they're getting together and saving the planet together or having some help from humans. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you. Okay.
So the reason why somebody is not yet successful is probably because either you haven't asked for help, or second, you haven't really started yet. You're still caught in this perfectionist tango. And to do this, there's always a before and there's always a then. So months and years go by and you don't publish your book because before that you have to do that. And, there's never a good time to put yourself out in the dating world again because you want to do this first, because there's always something in the way. And if you follow that pattern, it will keep you safe in your comfort zone and you will never live up to your potential. So even if something is not ready, even if you feel uncomfortable putting yourself out there, even if it's not perfect, just do it. You can still work on it. You can still tweak it. It's not carved in stone. And even if you carve something in stone, you can make another masterpiece out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, folks, we are being told by the master superhero right now, stop waiting, just do it. And because we'll never experience love-driven success unless we take some action and do something.
Yes.
And that perfectionism and pushing it off till someday, whatever, is not love-driven success. And it actually probably is not any kind of success. So
nope. Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings me to my second point, because love has a lot to do with yourself. And success has a lot to do with you. So prioritizing self-care is one major pillar of success. You are the heart of your journey. So balance is one of the most important things in your life. When a task dims your light, then ask for help or meditate on it. And maybe you don't need to do that task. And success isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. So self-care is the coolant of our engine when we run wild. If we overheat, we need to cool down. I'm a mother of two, so I know exactly what some people might think now. It's like self-care. Yeah, that's nice to have, or self-care, that's a luxury, or self-care, I don't have time for that. Or, let me tell you, self-care is not selfish. It's a necessity. It's a necessity for your growth, and it's a necessity for your success. Because if you are running out of energy, if you are burning out, you're no help to nobody. If I think of the example, I think it came up before, I think it was yesterday. In an airplane, you are advised to put on your oxygen mask on before you help others, even your children. Because if you pass out before you can help anybody, everybody is basically in the I don't know if I can curse here, so I'm just gonna say shh, beep, beep, beep. So I told you earlier, I'm a science geek. So I want to let you in on the science behind love. When we experience love, whether it's for our work, for our passions, or the people in our lives, a symphony of hormones starts playing within us. Dopamine, often dubbed as the feel-good hormone, floods our brain, creating a sense of pleasure and reward. Endorphins join the party, actually, as natural pain relievers and also mood enhancers. And serotonin steps in, keeping our mood stable, and it's regulating anxiety. Which means loving is the ultimate form of self-care. But that's not all. Love doesn't just create a chemical cocktail. It shapes our entire being. It boosts our immune system, keeps our hearts healthy, and even promotes a youthful glow. And let's not forget the impact that it has on our brain. You see, when we love, whether it's for work, our hobbies, relationships, whatever you can think of, our brain lights up like fireworks on New Year's Eve. The areas associated with pleasure, reward, and empathy are on overdrive. And this is where it truly gets fascinating. Loving more doesn't just affect our emotions, it affects our aging process. Studies have shown that when we cultivate love, our brain's aging process actually slows down. Those who approach life with a sense of purpose and love tend to have healthier brains, sharper cognition, and more vibrant outlooks on life. So the next time you're told love is just a feeling, remember that it is so much more. It's a life force that runs through us, shaping our health, our minds, and the way we experience the world. We even look younger.
Wow.
And just one more thing. I have this tiny gadget that helps me with my self-care because, like busy people, we just forget. I have a love gong. And every hour, on top of the hour, the gong sound comes on, and that reminds me to give myself some love. And it only takes 10 to 30 seconds for those of us who don't have time. For example, you can tell yourself that you love yourself, you can hug yourself, you can touch yourself and really mean it, like do something nice for yourself. Whatever it is, what it does is it slowly rewires your brain. And after about 30 days, you and your brain have changed. Infusing more self-love into your day will help you be more confident, approach people with more empathy, and you're radiating love to the world, which then attracts people to you. And so you can grow your business. Like 30 days after I started using the self-love gong, I had doubled my business.
Mm.
So self-care isn't selfish, it's an investment in your success.
Holy camole. So every 30 minutes the gong goes off? And you
No,
do
on every hour.
every hour the gong goes off and you do something loving toward yourself where you're bringing up the love vibration towards yourself. What
Yes.
a great practice. Holy camole. Okay. So for the purposes of time, while I could talk to you forever, I believe you need to summarize point number 3, because right, you said you had 3 things.
Yeah, I do. Sorry.
Can you say it in like a sentence or 2 for
Yes.
us? All right.
Boundaries. Boundaries. Because if you don't set boundaries, if you're just giving love all the time and you don't set boundaries, people will walk all over you. And boundaries are a form of self-care. And if you set healthy boundaries and be passionate about yourself, about your opinion, about your life, about your work, and let those guide you, then you can never go wrong. You might feel that this is a setback in, the old pattern, in the old way of talking. But if you follow your pleasure, then you can never go wrong, because you will always feel successful because you love what you do.
Oh, so wonderful. So many themes running through this summit that are all pointing to how we can love our lives. And I love that the missing link to success is love. And you have opened my mind to seeing it and hearing about it and talking about it in a completely different way. Thank you, Bea-Marie. Please take a moment and tell us about your, I'm going to tell us about the free gift, and then you're going to tell us about the VIP gift. So folks, and Admin Ann is putting this in the chat, her free gift is Being Superwoman, a superpowered guide to your best self. Oh my goodness. But you're going to give us it as an ebook, right?
Yes,
Is that what
it's
it
an
is?
ebook.
It's ebook. So go get that. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that free gift. Tell us about your VIP gift.
Yes. So the VIP gift is a future self attunement. So besides being a holistic success coach, I'm also an energy healer and a channel. And I channeled that message in one of my sessions. And it is a 30-minute audio, which will take you to your future self. It will take you to the plane of the possible, where everything is possible. And it's infused with binaural beats and the highest frequency of love and abundance. And so doing this has really changed my clients' lives, because you can actually ask questions. You actually get to meet with your higher self, with your future self, the version of yourself that has your now problem already figured out. And so you can just tap into this wisdom and come back with this, wow, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What a great gift, friends. Yes. So I know most of you have probably already upgraded to VIP. If you haven't, Admin Ann is putting the link in the chat. So for just $97, you can upgrade. If you have, open up your VIP page, because in the emails I sent you, that's what I say it's called, and go to Bea-Marie's little box and click the link for her VIP gift and sign up, because what a great opportunity. I love connecting to my future. I call it my future on purpose self. And I'm guessing Bea-Marie's version of this is just amazing and wonderful. Sounds so good. So as we wrap up, what advice do you have for us about how to love life more?
Love yourself first. Stop looking outside of yourself. For things to change, start with yourself. Love yourself, and your life will become a love-filled testimony of your inner world, because you hold the pen to your story. Nobody else. It's your narrative. I
love you hold the pen to your story. You hold the pen to, I'm writing it down, to your story. Thank you. That's beautiful. And oh my goodness, haven't we all heard to love ourselves first? That is a message that's come through loud and clear. We are definitely not living in the 1940s or 50s, right? Where women had to take care of other people first. And that was probably what they would have preached at a summit. Actually, you wouldn't have gotten to go to a summit. You'd have to be with your family and baking apple pie. So I am so grateful to be living today. What a wonderful life. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much, Bea-Marie, for being with us today. Folks, give her some love in the chat. Let her know what you appreciated about what she said.